Letter 130 by Charles Lamb. 16 Mitre Buildings. Saturday, 24th, i.e. 23rd Feb. 1805. Dear Manning, I have been very unwell since I saw you. A sad depression of spirits, a most unaccountable nervousness, from which I have been partially relieved by an odd accident. You knew Dick Hopkins, the swearing scullion of chaos. This fellow, by industry and agility, has thrust himself into the important situations, no sinecures, believe me, of cook to Trinity Hall and Caius College, and the generous creature has contrived with the greatest delicacy imaginable to send me a present of Cambridge brawn. What makes it the more extraordinary is that the man never saw me in his life that I know of. I suppose he has heard of me. I did not immediately recognize the donor, but one of Richard's cards, which had accidentally fallen into the straw, detected him in a moment. Dick, you know, was always remarkable for flourishing. His card imports that orders, to wit, for brawn from any part of England, Scotland, or Ireland will be duly executed. And see, at first, I thought of declining the present, but Richard knew my blind side when he pitched upon brawn. 'Tis of all my hobbies the supreme in the eating way. He might have sent sops from the pan, skimmings, crumplets, chips, hog's lard, the tender brown judiciously scalped from a fillet of veal dexterously replaced by a salamander, the tops of asparagus, fugitive livers, runaway gizzards of fowls, the eyes of martyred pigs, tender effusions of laxative woodcocks, the red spawn of lobsters, leveret's ears, and such pretty filchings common to cooks. But these had been ordinary presents, the everyday courtesies of dishwashers to their sweethearts. Brawn was a noble thought. It is not every common gullet fancier that can properly esteem it. It is like a picture of one of the choice old Italian masters. Its gusto is of that hidden sort. As Wordsworth sings of a modest poet, you must love him, ere to you he will seem worthy of your love. So brawn, you must taste it, ere to you it will seem to have any taste at all. But 'tis nuts to the adept, those that will send out their tongues and feelers to find it out. It will be wooed, and not unsought be won. Now ham essence, lobsters, turtle, such popular minions, absolutely court you, lay themselves out to strike you at first smack. Like one of David's pictures, they call him David, compared with the plain russet-coated wealth of a Titian or a Correggio, as I illustrated above. Such are the obvious glaring heathen virtues of a corporation dinner, compared with the reserved collegiate worth of brawn. Do me the favor to leave off the business which you may be at present upon, and go immediately to the kitchens of Trinity and Caius, and make my most respectful compliments to Mr. Richard Hopkins, and assure him that his brawn is most excellent, and that I am moreover obliged to him for his innuendo about salt water and bran, which I shall not fail to improve. I leave it to you whether you shall choose to pay him the civility of asking him to dinner while you stay in Cambridge, or in whatever other way you may best like to show your gratitude to my friend. Richard Hopkins, considered in many points of view, is a very extraordinary character. Adieu. I hope to see you to supper in London soon, where we will taste Richard's brawn and drink his health in a cheerful but moderate cup. We have not many such men in any rank of life as Mr. R. Hopkins. Crisp the barber of St. Mary's was just such another. I wonder he never sent me any little token, some chestnuts, or a pewfif, or 2 pound of hair just to remember him by. Gifts are like nails. Presens ut absens, that is, your present makes amends for your absence. Yours, C. Lamb. This letter is, I take it, a joke. That is to say, the brawn was sent to Lamb by Manning, who seems to have returned to Cambridge for a while, and Lamb affects to believe that Hopkins, from whom it was bought, was the giver. I think this view is supported by the reference to Mr. Crisp at the end, Mr. Crisp being Manning's late landlord. The following advertisement occurs in the Cambridge Chronicle for February 8, 1806. It is sent me by Dr. Worry. R. Hopkins, cook of Trinity Hall and Caius College, begs leave to inform the nobility, gentry, and see that he has now ready for sale brawn heads and cheeks. All orders will be thankfully received and forwarded to any part of the kingdom. Lamb stayed at 3 St. Mary's Passage, now rebuilt and occupied by Messrs. Leach and Son, 1911. The letter contains Lamb's second expression of Epicurean rapture, the first in praise of pig. As Wordsworth sings in the poet's epitaph, he is retired as noontide dew, or fountain in a noonday grove, and you must love him, ere to you he will seem worthy of your love. Presens ut absens. Lamb enlarged upon the topic of gifts and giving many years later in the popular fallacy that we must not look a gift horse in the mouth, 1826, and in his thoughts on presents of game.